Hello everyone, this is part 1 of What If Naruto Won but Went Missing for 3 years. This story is made by Quicksilv, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and to like, to subscribe, to share, and check out the playlist, to see more comment down below. Now let's start the intro.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Join my membership, the perks are great. It's in the description. This takes back to just after when Naruto, Sai, Sakura, and Yamato tries to get Sasuke back. From afar, as always, a girl with blue-black hair just past her shoulders, with lavender eyes, spies on her secret crush. Naruto, soon, you'll go on a mission where you might not even come back. Should I tell you my feelings now? Naruto, oblivious of the fact that Hinata is watching like every other day, enjoys a bowl of ramen at Ichiraku with Iruka-sensei. Hey Ayami, another bowl here. Naruto demanded. Haven't you had enough? You had 14 bowls around Naruto. Where does all that food goes? Iruka asks with an amazed look on his face. Hey, what can I say, Iruka-sensei, I'm a growing boy. Naruto replies and digs into his 15th bowl of ramen. Naruto, you can never get enough of ramen, can you? After Naruto's 20th bowl, Iruka pays and says goodbye to Naruto. Naruto heads home, and as he reels around the corner, something caught the corner of his eye. He saw someone running, a girl with long blue-black hair. Of course, as always, Naruto doesn't have the curiosity to pry into the business deeper and heads home. At the Hyuga mansion, Hiashi was not amused. Her daughter has yet to come home. He would have lost it if Neji wasn't holding him back. I'm sure Hinata-sama would be back very soon, Neji said, trying to calm Hiashi. Hiashi shot a look to Neji, making him paralyzed. What time is it? It's almost past dinner and yet she's still not back. Hiashi yelled with a vein popping over his head. Just as Hiashi was about to say something more, the gate opens, revealing a tired girl from all the running. Hinata, you're late. Do you have any excuses? Hiashi asked with anger flowing out of him. Oh, I think I did stay out a little too long. Jigamen Otu-san. I was tea training. IW was too tea tired and IIT think ID dozed off, I stammered while looking down, trying to avoid my father's gaze. Do you know what time is it? You could have trained at home here. You are Hyuga's heiress, what would the people say if they knew about this? Hiashi yelled, much angrier than before. Seeing me flinch and managing to calm down, anyway, go get changed, and hurry to dinner. With that, Hiashi leaves. I went to my room. Neji following and asked, where were you, Hinata-sama? I just plainly blushed and Neji just knew. I know you like that Uzumaki, but please, remember your position. At the very least to mind the time. Neji has gotten softer ever since the Chunin exams, and even more now that he's with Tenten. Thank you, Neji-Nisan, I said in a soft voice. Don't know if he heard, but he just smiled a soft smile. I went into my room and changed into a lavender purple kimono and headed to dinner with Neji. The next day, I left to the forest to train with Kiba and Shino. Upon arrival, only Kurenai-sensei was there. But no Kiba and Shino. Anno, where is Kiba-kun and Shino-kun? I asked while looking around. They left for a mission. I just wanted to tell you to take the day off. Kurenai said and then left. Okay, now what should I do? Maybe Naruto-kun is at Ichiraku's. I turned and started heading to Ichiraku. Sure enough, there was Naruto, but he was accompanied by Sakura and Sai. I went closer, hiding behind a pole. Hey, another bowl, old man. Naruto said, obviously not satisfied by having 10 bowls. Naruto, we have to leave soon. Stop eating and let's go. Sai, get him, Sakura said while paying for the food. As Sai dragged Naruto, he screamed, "No, my ramen." I started to follow them. I think I should express my feelings now. I have a bad feeling about this. Yamato was standing at the gates of Konoha and sighed. Here they come. Naruto's loud voice can be heard 20 feet down. It's not fair. Sai, you owe me a bowl of ramen. Naruto said and starts to pout. Then meets a fist in his face as Sakura knocks Naruto down to Yamato's feet. What did you do that for? Oh, shut it, Naruto, you are such a nuisance. Sakura says, trying to punch Naruto again, if not for Sai holding her back as Yamato holding Naruto. Either of you stop it, or do you want to feel my wrath? Yamato says while putting up his scary face with proved effective because the two completely stopped. Now if you two are done, let's get going. Sure is a scary guy, huh kid? Kyubi said while being amused at how his host cowers. I stepped and walked towards Naruto while getting my head down to hide my red face. Ano, and Naruto-kun, I said in a whisper. Hey Hinata, what's up? Naruto said impolitely just to get smacked again. I bent down to help him up. Naruto, be respectful. Sakura looked at me and said, we'll be waiting for you outside. Sakura said and the three went ahead. Geez, with all that strength and she still counts herself as a girl. Anyway, what is it Hinata? Naruto asked now much more polite. I had to tell him. I just have to or I might not get another chance. Ano, and Naruto-kun, I want to tell YUT that I couldn't get the words out of my mouth. Naruto stood there looking confused. I tried again but I still couldn't get the words out. Hinata, if it's nothing, then I should get going now. Naruto said with a confused look. Just as he's about to leave, I pulled him. Wait. I went into my pocket and took out the healing balm I made. Here Naruto-kun, I said while blushing happy that I didn't have a mirror right now to see my face. Naruto took it. Thanks Hinata. I'm sure this medicine will help my team out very nicely. Don't worry, I'll come back safely, bye. With that, he leaves as I watch him goes through the gates. Come back safely Naruto-kun, I said in such a low voice that only I could hear. Hey Naruto, slow down. At this rate, we might fall into an enemy ambush. Yamato shouted. Naruto, however, did slow down to keep the pace with his teammates. Sorry guys, I just kinda lost myself there. It's just when I think about Orochimaru, I just get angry. Naruto said. Surely he was angry as his blue crystal eyes were turning to yellow Kyubi eyes and his whisker-like scars was also enlarged. Don't worry Naruto, I'm sure we'll be able to get Sasuke back and defeat Orochimaru. Well maybe not the last part, Sakura said with utmost confidence. Naruto thought exactly the same thing as Sakura. Naruto, you can count on me, I will help restore the bonds between you and Sasuke as any good friend would. Sai said. To everyone's surprise, he actually said something that seemed normal. They jumped from tree to tree, not stopping until they reached a clearing. According to Jiraiya's resources, somewhere within those three rock pillars is an entrance to where Orochimaru's men reside, including Sasuke. Just as they start off, 20 sound ninja appeared. Darn it, get out of my way. Kage Bunshin no Jutsu, Shadow Clone Jutsu. Naruto said while performing the hand seal for it. Then 50 shadow clones appear and surrounded the enemy. The enemy themselves multiplied by 5 with their own Kage Bunshin no Jutsu. They all charged. Sakura punched, kicked, and smacked all her enemies to oblivion with her unnatural strength thanks to Tsunade. Sai created many ink lions through his special technique. Yamato used his own jutsu, Mokuton. The battle lasted for what seemed like hours, in 10 minutes. Alright, we've wasted enough time, let's get in there and find Sasuke. Yamato commanded showing no wariness. But how? I sent a Bunshin over there but it didn't find an entrance. Naruto shouted. He didn't have a single scratch on him thanks to Kyubi's chakra and his training with Ero Sennin. Well, we can always use Doton. Yamato replied and quickly created the hand seals for a digging jutsu. They went down till they reached a wall. As I thought, the base is just beyond this wall. Well, let's get it over with. Let me blast it down with my Rasengan. Before he was able to finish, Sakura pointed out the obvious as always. Then wouldn't we alert every? Naruto, I know you're in a hurry but you have to think sometimes. Sakura said. She tries to punch Naruto seeing him pout and ignoring her. You two stop. Just watch. Yamato said. He then placed a hand over the wall and started to focus chakra into the crack in the wall. Then a root sprouted from Yamato's finger, through the crack and starts to grow bigger and thus breaking the wall. They got in and then they split into 2 teams. Alright, Naruto will go with Sai. Sakura, you're with me. If you encounter Orochimaru, charge up your chakra and I'll know where you are. But before I could do that, Yamato produces 3 seeds. Eat them. When I focus onto these seeds, I can find my target's location. Now are we clear? They nodded as they swallowed the seed. Good. Scatter. With that, they all went from door to door. So far, they didn't bump into the snake yet, but 300 rooms, all empty. Huff, huff, huff. All right, next room, Naruto said, straining himself from all the running. Sai came up behind him. Naruto, let's rest for a while. If we did find Sasuke, he might need persuasion, or what if we find Orochimaru or Kabuto? Sai said, trying to catch his breath. Yeah, you're right, Naruto replied with a little dissatisfaction on his face. They both sat down and ate some food. Sasuke, 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 Sakura shouted with each opening door, hoping to get Sasuke. Sakura, hold on. We went to at least 100 rooms non-stop. We should rest for a while in case we encounter any problems, Yamato said. Speak of the devil, Sakura said as Kabuto appeared out of the shadows. Hello, I wasn't expecting to find you guys here. Where are the Jinchuriki and the odd boy? Kabuto asks as he prepares hand seals for a jutsu. None of your business. You better prepare yourself for a beating, Sakura shouted as she wears her gloves and charge at the sound ninja. Yamato starts hand seals for his wood jutsus, hoping to trap Kabuto. Hey, a cold voice laughed. We meet again, Konoha Shinobi. Have you come back for Sasuke again? I told you, he's mine. He came at his own free will for power, for his revenge against his brother. You bastard. Don't you dare talk about Sasuke like he's yours. Kage Bunshin no Jutsu. In an instant, the whole corridor gets filled with clones. Sai, go look for Sasuke, I got this bastard. The clones charges. Sai nods and leaves. Kabuto here gets caught off guard as wood-like vines pop out of the ground entangling him, then gets knocked out by Sakura. Alright, we're done here, let's continue. Wait, Naruto's chakra is raising, he may have encountered Orochimaru, Yamato said while creating a wood clone to watch over Kabuto. Sakura nods and they leave. All the clones defeat, Naruto almost forced to use Kyuubi's chakra when his Rasengan hit S on Orochimaru. Even getting a direct blow from the Rasengan was still able to stand and laugh. Haha, you have gotten stronger Jinchuriki, but you have yet to perfect the jutsu to defeat me, Orochimaru said with his evil, laughing voice. And then he left. Naruto, are you alright? Sakura shouted behind Naruto, thankful that he was still standing. Hastily, she started healing Naruto's wounds. Naruto, where's Sai? Wasn't he with you? Yamato asks while on a lookout for another attack. He went ahead to find Sasuke. Alright, let's go, Naruto said just as his wounds are healed. He was eager to find Sasuke. They left in the way Sai went. Apparently, he left signs on the way he went, so it was easy to find him. The door creaks open. Sai had a feeling Sasuke was in there and he was rewarded with the Uchiha symbol on back of a white robe. Sai drew up a snake and summoned it. He hoped he will paralyze the last remaining Uchiha. It's you again. Don't you guys ever learn? Sasuke said in the voice that could have knocked many girls out of their feet, lol. If you know, then why don't you come back? Naruto and Sakura really wants you back, Sai says coolly while still trying to get the snake to Sasuke. Chidori current. Electric sparks all around Sasuke, making the snake disappear and destroying his room. Up ahead, come on you two, run faster, Naruto said and then started sprinting. The three reached Sai and after the smoke clears, they once again meet Sasuke. The three stared at each other. Naruto starts off, come on Sasuke, come back with us. Staying with Orochimaru won't help you at all. He just wants your body. After he gains control of it, he'll just do whatever he wants with it later, Naruto said with a hint of anger in his voice. What does Konoha has to offer? Ranking. Some dumb Hokage who tries to control all of our lives. Forget it, I'm not going back, Sasuke said with a stern look in his eyes which looked empty, filled with nothing but hatred. Sasuke, don't mind them, just K them. They are like pricks, obstacles, things that just get in the way at what we're trying to accomplish. Orochimaru appeared right next to Sasuke. Where is that Kabuto when you need him? Wincing at the pain from where the Rasengan hit. Sasuke, don't listen to him. I can promise you that there are ways to make yourself strong. Revenge is not the way. What would happen if you did get revenge? What would you do then? Sakura screamed almost at the point of crying seeing her loved one like this. Yamato-sensei, Sai, Sakura-chan, can you take on Orochimaru? I need to beat some sense into that idiot over there. Naruto screamed with anger and with Kyuubi chakra enveloping him with the first tail appearing. Naruto, Iham, well, you better not exceed 3 tails and control yourself. Sai, Sakura, are you two ready? Yamato asks as he readies a couple of jutsus. Sai and Sakura nodded as they prepare for battle. Naruto charges at Sasuke, who nimbly avoids Naruto's claw. A crater was left at where Sasuke was standing. Naruto is getting stronger. Kyuubi is just a boast for him. Yamato thought. Alright Orochimaru, today is the day you d. Water style. Dragon missile. Orochimaru jumps in order to dodge the powerful jutsu. Then as Sai's ink monsters attempt to attack Orochimaru, he lifts his arms and snakes pop out of them, destroying the monsters. A pink blur appeared behind Orochimaru and smacks him down. Orochimaru recovers and lands on his feet. Performs some hand seals, fire style. Giant fireball. Orochimaru breathes fire at Sakura. She uses substitution jutsu in time to avoid the fire. Then Sai attempts another attack and creates more beasts. Eagles and lions pop out of the scroll where Sai drew and dashed over to Orochimaru. Yamato saw an opportunity and performs a few hand seals and shouted, Mokuten. Wood prison. Wood-like vines appear from the ground and binds Orochimaru, then he takes the blows of the summoned beasts. Just as Sakura tries another hit, Orochimaru bit one of his finger, performs a few hand seals and smacks his hand into the ground, summoning jutsu. And then a huge snake appeared. The 3 tries to run when the snake tries to attack and a voice shouted, summoning jutsu. Gamabunta appears and grips the attacking snake. Ha ha, the great, almighty, genius has appeared. The great, almighty, Jiraiya. That's right, the Jiraiya. And the hermit appears on top of Gamabunta's head. Hey, who gave you the rights to summon me, Jiraiya? Said an angry toad, but nevertheless gets ready for combat. Once again, Sai's monsters keep popping and charges. Yamato keeps using long-range water jutsus and Sakura keeps throwing shurikens and kunais hoping to catch Orochimaru off guard. The chance came as Jiraiya uses a jutsu and created a black tar pit under the giant snake, which gave the others the opportunity they were waiting for. They used all sorts of long-range weapons, jutsus, and Jiraiya shouts, Gamabunta. Fire style. Giant fireball. Kid, calm yourself down. Though I'm all for the berserk part, no point in dying. Kyuubi noted. Sasuke, why do you still on insisting to leave us? Why? Naruto exclaims as he dodges Sasuke's phoenix flame. And throws some shadow clones over only to be defeated by Sasuke's Chidori current. Both draws kunai and charges. The sound of metal clashing can be heard throughout the forest. Fox, give me some more strength. Naruto spoke in his thoughts. Hey, just make sure you actually win, brat, Kyuubi snorted. It was a total stalemate till they neared a crevice. They both stopped to have a moment's respite. Sasuke activates Cursed Seal 2 as Naruto goes up to Kyuubi 3 tails. They continued the battles, jutsu after jutsu, projectiles flying every way. A lucky kunai found its mark in Sasuke's leg. Why? Even all this time I still can't surpass you. Sasuke screamed with total anger. It's because that all you have is hatred. I have friends, promises, ones filled with hope. They are my encouragement. I never go back on my word, and that's my nindo. What about you, Sasuke? What do you have to look forward to? Revenge? Or is it something else? Naruto asks, almost in tears. Naruto, there's nothing for me in Konoha. You have me, Sakura and Kakashi. We were all sad that you left us, especially Sakura. Do you remember how much she loves you? Even when you left us, she still kept her hopes up high, hoping one day you'll come back to her. You were like a brother, Naruto now in tears. You don't understand the pain to lose loved ones when you don't have the strength to stop. I don't know. I know perfectly well, like how I didn't have the strength to bring you back, watching you leave us. Naruto screaming with tears flowing. Naruto, Sasuke performs 3 hand seals and starts charging his Chidori, and Naruto follows suit and starts an Rasengan. If you can win me here, then I'll admit there is something in Konoha to look forward to. That said, and the both charges. They clash, and this time, Naruto's Rasengan won over Chidori, then Naruto attempt to let the jutsu, but his Rasengan just fell to Rasengan form 1, which still had a huge force pushing Sasuke over the edge of the crevice. Just when he was about to accept death, Naruto grabs his hand, not letting go, and throws Sasuke back on a nearby tree. Naruto grabs onto a rock hanging from the crevice. Naruto! Sasuke shouted and edged over the cliff. Why? Why? Sasuke asks with tears forming. He tries to reach for his friend's hand. Hey, watcha crying for you big idiot. I beat you, so now you must admit there's something back in Konoha worth living for. And I know, you were holding back, weren't you? I should be the one asking why, Naruto inquires as he struggles. I don't know, but I can't seem to do it now. I was focused on the goal, KU, but somehow I couldn't do it. Naruto, the rock is breaking. Quickly, grab hold. Sasuke finally in tears with nausea hitting him. Idiot, I knew it the moment when you used Sharingan. You didn't use the Mangekyo Sharingan. Naruto replies with a smile on his face. The rock was about to break off. Sasuke, send my regards to Hokage-chan and the others. With that, the rock splits off and Naruto falls. Sasuke sat there. What seemed like minutes was like hours as Naruto's words goes through his head. Things waiting for me. You. Sakura. Kakashi. I'm sorry, Naruto. Sasuke still sits there looking over the horizon when 4 people appear behind him. He hears someone calling him, but he is still dazed until he feels his right cheek burning, stinging. Sasuke-kun. Sakura shouted, hoping he would snap out of it. Slowly, Sasuke looks up. Oh, Sasuke-kun. To his surprise, she hugs him. Hey brat. Jiraiya looks around before asking, where's Naruto? He asks with anger in his voice. To everyone's surprise, Sasuke cries and he hugs Sakura even tighter. I'm truly an idiot. I don't deserve to live. Naruto, just to get me back himself, that dunce. Sasuke screams with dunce echoing down the crevice. They knew from that moment, Naruto is not of this world. They camped out near the crevice while listening to Sasuke's story. Still finding it hard to believe, Jiraiya feels anger from the loss of an apprentice and throws a punch at Sasuke. Jiraiya-sama, please calm yourself. I know we all grieve for the loss, but now we don't even know if Naruto-kun is S or not. There is a chance of him surviving. Let's head back to Konoha and tell Tsunade-sama. Yamato said while holding Jiraiya the best he could. For a 50-year-old guy, he sure is strong. Sakura goes over and helps pick Sasuke up. Sakura, why am I such an idiot? As if the first time wasn't enough. It took 4 years since I left Konoha to realize this, Sasuke said as he buries his face into Sakura's shoulder. Ina-cha, OMFG, Sasuke crying and hugging me. OMFG. It's okay, Sasuke-kun, I'm sure this was what Naruto-kun wanted for you. Everyone looks up as if she hit something. She was right, Naruto did do this on the whim of keeping a promise and hope. They shouldn't be sad, they decided. They all pitched in for the night and tomorrow, they would journey back to Konoha bringing back sad news. QB. Foolish kid. 1 week later, the 4 shinobi including the missing ninja Sasuke returns to Konoha. Everyone's gazes fell upon Sasuke. Whispers and cold glances shot towards Sasuke as they head for the Hokage's office. A knock on the door. Who is it? Tsunade asks, yawning, face buried behind the paperwork. It is Team Yamato and Jiraiya-sama bringing back the missing ninja Sasuke, said the Anbu shinobi. Well, let them in. Tsunade suddenly feeling elated that Team Kakashi's back. As the 5 people enter the room, Tsunade's expression changed. Where's Naruto? Then something hit her, as if emotions of all sorts come together, they also blew out. Don't tell me, Sakura-chan, he didn't. Tsunade stopped when the pink-haired Kuniaki nodded. They told the tale of everything. Tsunade still finding it hard to believe that the loud, stupid, annoying, dense blonde boy is S. Quickly she calls up every available shinobi. She tells them their mission. They were to go to where Naruto was last sighted, find anything, info, weapons, corpse. Some were shocked, especially Iruka and Kakashi. They thought they heard wrong, and as they tried to confirm what the Hokage said, she banged on the table and simply said, go. Though as much as she didn't want to, Sasuke was still a Konoha shinobi, a good one too, so she called Shizune and went to the hospital. She saw Sasuke all bandaged up. She tried to shrug off the urge to punch him and did the best she could to honor what Naruto wanted. News of Team Yamato's return spread, as well as a mission well done of capturing and bringing back Sasuke. But what we couldn't believe is that instead of interrogation, he was hospitalized under the care of Tsunade-sama. But I didn't care. Knowing Naruto-kun being back was enough for me. I head for the hospital, thinking Naruto-kun might be there. Others came too. Kiba, Shino, Shikamaru, got dragged by Ino because he said it was too troublesome, Choji, Tenten, even Neji. The others were on a mission. We went to the receptionist and asked for Naruto Uzumaki's room. But all we got was, no Uzumaki registered. We didn't know what to do. So we decided to visit Sasuke because we know Sakura must be with him and surely she must know where Naruto is. Sasuke, how are you feeling? Sakura asked the bandaged Uchiha. The usual, feeling like S, replied the Uchiha who seemed like his heart was shattered. Do you think we should tell them about Naruto? About what happened? Tsunade said that we shouldn't, but Sakura spoke in a voice filled with sadness. Not knowing the group outside eavesdropping. No, if they knew about it, they cannot live with it. The two were silenced for a minute. Why? Why did he have to go? He promised he'll come back safely. He promised. I was crying uncontrollably. That night, I looked throughout the window. The night sky now looks so dark, a place for only the shattered. 3 years has passed. The years were not pleasant. We went into an all-out war with sound, but one without having many casualties thanks to the help from sand. Sometimes, I would go to his grave, I would sit down and stare at the slate until it was dark where Neji Nisan would come pick me up. I would walk back, eat, sleep, and put on a fake mask every morning. I tried doing things to get my mind off of him, but it didn't work out as well as I thought it would. When I have the day off, I would go to him. Every time I go see him, I would put on a smile, even if it was a forced one, to tell him I'm okay. Sigh, it seems Akatsuki is nearing to us. They seem to abandon their original mission and now they seem to just want to eliminate every country. Jiraiya said in a low tone. Intel is getting hard to get these days. And even worse, they're gaining many followers. Jiraiya added. Yes, and we do not even know when they'll strike. They have the upper hand. The only thing to do now is to fortify our defenses. Tell all the Anbu to be more alert. Tsunade said while rubbing her temples. Hokage-sama. An Anbu shinobi rushes in. There was this mysterious letter direct to you. He hands the Hokage the letter. Tsunade ripped it open and Jiraiya reads it with her. Though not many words, on the front, it says. Akatsuki's closing in. They will enter our borders in 3 months. Tsunade was shocked as well as Jiraiya. As if the info was not enough to bring them in a state of shock, the back of the letter also reads. I couldn't take it anymore. I stared at the ceiling. I got up and I went and grabbed a kunai from my kunai pouch. It was too much. Every day, I hoped someone would say, I found Naruto. Or something like that. But I know that is impossible now. Kakashi-sensei, Sasuke-san, Sakura-san, Sai-san, and Yamato-sensei all were searching for the past 3 years. Today's my birthday, maybe, as a present, I could and I finally would be able to be with Naruto-kun. Hinata-chan. Stop. Don't do it. Naruto-kun. The back of the letter. Bar-chan, I coming home. I expect some ramen when I get back. At the very borders of Land of Fire. I boy with blonde hair and whisker-like scars stand atop a tree grinning his fox grin. Hinata-sama. Neji knocks on Hinata's door. Hinata-sama, it's your birthday, why don't you come out? Neji then opens a crack in the door. Hinata-sama, are you okay? I was looking out the window. Thinking about what just happened. One moment I was depressed, ready for death. Just then, something made me change my mind. I looked at Neji Nisan who was looking at the kunai on the floor where I dropped it. Hinata-sama, were you trying? I'm okay, Neji Nisan. Then I broke into tears. Neji came and hugged me. It's okay, just cry it out. Neji was at a loss of words, he didn't know what to do to comfort me. But he got the wrong impression. I heard him, I really heard him, and I felt his warmth. Who? Neji asks. He was puzzled, he knows something is wrong but doesn't know what. Naruto-kun. I heard him just moments ago. I couldn't continue on there, I was crying filled with joy. Neji was shaking his head, trying to confirm that I was crazy. But I wasn't. I know at the bottom of my heart, he's out there. Come on Neji Nisan, let's go. I pulled Neji Nisan to the door. Where? Neji asks as he wouldn't budge. Isn't it my birthday? Isn't there a party? I asked cheerfully, all my sadness, depression, everything but joy and happiness disappeared. Neji smiling walked with me to the living room. When I walked in, everyone was shocked. I locked myself inside my room every day when I'm home for the past 3 years. For me to come out, not only being out, but also with a smile on my face shocked everyone. Neji-kun, did you do something to my daughter? She seems different. Hiyashi asks in a whisper. He didn't want anyone else to hear and he was still baffled at her eldest daughter. She looked like she was 3 years ago. It would appear there's a possible chance your daughter is mentally ill now, or a possible chance she really received a messenger from him, Neji answered, still looking at his once depressed cousin, now all happy and bright. Who's him? Hiyashi asks, looking even more confused. Naruto Uzumaki. Hiyashi was clearly shocked even more if possible. Uzumaki was confirmed 3 years ago where he fell to his death trying to save the Uchiha. He just stared at her daughter who's actually enjoying herself now. Though I hate to ask her, she is the best medical nin around, go get Tsunade-sama. I want to make sure my daughter is sane. Neji nodded and left. Is this possible, Tsunade? That the brat is still alive? Jiraiya asks with much doubt. I'm as confused as you are. However, judging from the ink, this was written only 2 months ago. Nobody besides this brat calls me Bar-chan. Tsunade said, with as much doubts as Jiraiya. However, we cannot let this info go to waste. If this was true, then we must make the preparations. Jiraiya, go get all Chunins, Junins, and Anbu to assemble at Hokage Mountain. Alright, Tsunade-sama. Jiraiya said and left. He called me Sama, he really must be in a shock right now to call me that. Brat, are you really coming back? She continues to stare at the letter then puts it in her pocket. She went to look outside. As Neji comes to the Hokage's office, Jiraiya bursts out and heads downstairs. Tsunade-sama. Sorry for bothering you but I think I need your help. Neji said but apparently, Tsunade didn't hear him as she looked out the window. Tsunade-sama. Neji repeated. Neji-kun, didn't notice you there. What did you want? Tsunade asks, still wondering about the letter. Neji explained what happened though Tsunade seemed to be unfazed by what he told her. Tsunade asks to make sure. Neji nods. Okay, then let's go see if anything's wrong. She grabbed Neji and dashed out, in which Neji had a hard time catching her pace. Jiraiya went everywhere. He searched high and low for every available shinobi and gathered them. This must be something important, Kakashi thought. Tsunade enters the Hyuga mansion and into the living room. Everyone just managed to recover from the shock from me, now they were surprised that the Hokage came into their home. Hinata-chan, can you come with me for a while? Neji, you come too. Tsunade said and went to someplace quieter. We followed. Alright Hinata-chan, can you tell me what happened? Tsunade asks in a serious manner, which is rare for this Hokage. I explained everything, before Neji coming into her room. Tsunade though, just smiled as I finished. So it could be possible that Brat did send that letter, Tsunade whispered. Hinata, bring Neji and your father to the Hokage Mountain. I have some news to break to everyone. Oh, and get your friends too. With that said, Tsunade leaves. I was confused, but Neji-Nisan was even more confused. Anno, what do you think she wants, Neji-Nisan? I asked the confused and shocked cousin. I don't know. Let's get Hiyashi-sama and the others. Neji replied and then we left. 2 hours later. Hokage, what's all about? Hiyashi demands, not amused from taking him from his duties. Settle down. Alright, Akatsuki, from a source we have, reports to us that Akatsuki will attack us in 3 months' time. So you understand. Prepare yourself for the enemy attack. Is the source reliable, Hokage-sama? A Junin asks. This could be a trap. They could be coming right now. If they attacked while we were on other matters. No need for worry, this information is very reliable. If not a lot, certainly reliable. Jiraiya spoke and shot a dreadful glance at the Junin who just spoke for having doubts on the Hokage. Then can we have the right to know who this came from? Because we still find it hard that someone found such valuable information. A voice shouted. There were murmurs as they started to have doubts. Though my team, Team Guy, Team Kakashi, and Team Asuma were very interested, so we just sat there quietly. Tsunade grabbed Jiraiya. What do you think? Should we? She spoke in a very low voice. Though even everyone was silent, we still couldn't hear what they were discussing about. I don't know, the brat is already hated, if they knew this came from him, who knows what might happen, but, we do need him to trust us, this is so frustrating. Jiraiya yelled at the end of his sentence. Everyone wondered what was so secretive that even they, the great Sanins, cannot decide. Then Tsunade and Jiraiya turned around, facing us. Alright. Many of you would definitely not believe this, as you might even find this stupid. Tsunade pulled out a piece of paper from her pocket. This letter was given to us early this morning. The ink confirms this letter was written 2 months ago. We, as Sanins, also find it hard to believe, but there was much tension as the suspension was them. I spoke up, Ano, W, who sent it Hokage-sama. Everyone looked at me. The heir of Hyuga was thought to be extremely sick, but here she was, standing there and was as confused as they were. This letter came from the only person who calls me by a nickname he made up, which makes me mad every time. A brat, an annoying prankster, dumb yet courageous boy who was thought. Tsunade was in tears at the thought her brother was still alive. Jiraiya finished. The brat that brought back that missing nin 3 years ago. I can't bring myself to say the name. Jiraiya too was in tears and he carried Tsunade back to her office. Many people were confused, but there were many who were in shock. I, myself, find myself crying uncontrollably. Everyone that knew who Tsunade was talking about was stunned. Unable to speak. We all left. I went to him, his grave. I ran as fast as I could. Others followed. We stood there. Silence besides the wind blowing, making the leaves rustle. Ano, what, is it possible? I asked. I wasn't directing the question to anyone, but no one answered. We stared at his grave. Finding it hard to believe, a warm wind once again blows over. Everyone heard what the wind whispered. Wait for me. 3 months passed. As Naruto said, Akatsuki really did attack us then. But at the first attack, we lost no one. But it was because they were only the weaker members. Over the years, Akatsuki gained many members. At the least 1,000 missing nin. The battle has just started. It seems they were expecting us, a voice spoke on top of a tree. How is this possible? This should have been a surprise attack. They shouldn't have known. Another voice spoke. Calm yourself, Sasori, it must be that spy that escaped from us 4 months ago. It seems that he gave Konoha the news. But it doesn't matter, they will be the first to fall. The first voice said. Oh, shut it, Ketsu, what do you think we should do, Itachi? Kisame asked. We can only wait for now. The enemy no doubt has a trump card. Itachi said. When is that apprentice of mine ever going to come back? He gave a look at Kisame and they both disappeared, leaving the other Akatsuki to do whatever they want. Tsunade is troubled, sitting in her office rubbing her temples. That damn pervert, where the hell is he now? Tsunade screamed. Just when I need him, he goes peeping girls. Knock knock. Ano, Tsunade-sama, did you call me? I stepped in wondering what she wanted. Ah, Hinata-chan. I have a mission for your team and Team Kakashi. Your team, consisting of Kiba Inuzuka, Shino Irubum, and yourself Hinata Hyuga, you will accompany Team Kakashi to defeat the stronger members of Akatsuki. They are hiding somewhere and we need to find them and annihilate them, if not, slow them down. This is an S-rank mission, prepare yourselves. I nodded and head for the exit. I stopped and turned around. Ano, Tsunade looks up. Ano, is there any news of Naruto-kun? I still stutter a lot when it comes to Naruto-kun. Unfortunately, no. We haven't any news on that brat yet. Tsunade snorts. Then smirks as she sees a familiar thing, me blushing. Just then, Jiraiya comes in only to get hit by Tsunade-sama. Time elapsed, 0.13 seconds. You perverted ass, where the hell did you go? Tsunade screamed. Then shook Jiraiya so hard his head seemed like it was going to fall off. Ano, I will take my leave now, Hokage-sama. I quickly left, not wanting to know what would happen to Jiraiya-sama. Just then, I heard an explosion-like sound. All of Konoha heard it apparently. The sound of Tsunade-sama trying to kill Jiraiya-sama. I quickly left in search of Kiba and Shino. It wasn't hard to find them as they were at the usual training area. Kiba-kun, Shino-kun. We have a mission. I explained the mission. This is an S-rank mission, do you think we're up for it? I asked nervously. Of course. We have been training for this the past 3 months. We'll kick their sorry asses for stepping into our land. Kiba said excitedly. Hinata, don't worry, we'll get through this. Kiba, let's go find the others. Shino said, with his cool and calm voice. As always, nothing seems to faze him. There's no need. A voice said. Instantly, Kakashi and Yamato appeared. We know of the mission already. Now all we need to wait for Sasuke, Sakura, and Sai. Yamato said. Sorry we're late. An approaching voice said. Sakura was trying to look for Sai, I was looking for her, and Sai trying to look for me. Sasuke said, obviously annoyed about what happened. Well, cursed here. Sai, stop and rethink the sentences. The Uchiha here wouldn't stop moving, I had to use my summoned monsters to find the both of them. Don't you dare insult Sasuke-kun, Sai. Sakura said, fuming. Now, let's stop this and go. The results of our mission here determine the upcoming battle. Kakashi said while chuckling behind his itchy tactics. Then they left, heading to the north. Hey old man, how do I get to Konoha? A blue-eyed blonde boy at least 18 years old asked. Haha, just keep going east here until you reach to the next town. Head south, if all goes well, you'll reach Konoha in 4 days. The old man said, and he saw the Yondaim's insignia on a ring Naruto has on his right hand. Okay, thanks. The boy and only left behind only a yellow blur. The old man smirks, so he is the son of the Yellow Flash, interesting, I never knew you had a son Arashi-san. The teams jump from tree to tree. We continue to head north. Judging from Jiraiya's intelligence, people in weird cloaks were spotted in the forest north of Konoha. Everyone, be on guard and mind the surroundings. In case we fall into an ambush, look for a good defense strategic point. Kakashi commanded, starting to get serious as he shifted his head protector above his Sharingan. We all replied with a nod and split into 2-man teams. I was paired with Kiba, Shino with Sai, Sasuke with Kakashi, and Sakura with Yamato, each to cover each other's strengths and weaknesses. Nightfall came. We've been in this forest for 2 days. We found a cave and camped there. Kakashi, do you think Itachi's here? Sasuke asks. The thought of the traitor of the Uchiha clan brought a shiver to Sasuke's spine. Don't worry, after much practice, I'm sure you and me are more than enough for him. Plus, you also have the Tsukuyomi. I have the Time Rift, Kakashi's Mangekyo Sharingan special. Kakashi said as he tries to put confidence in the young Uchiha. Don't worry Sasuke-kun, I'm sure we'll be alright. We'll beat those Akatsuki team. Sakura said with her eyes on fire. In a cha, after this, I'll ask Sasuke on a date, we'll get married and live happily ever after. Ha ha ha. Naruto-kun, where are you? I miss you so much. My chest hurts. Kiba saw my blank expression. Hinata-chan, you okay? Is there anything you want us to help with? I shook my head. Even if they were able to help, who knows where Naruto-kun is? He could be down south for all I know. I just sat there looking at Sakura and Sasuke. Though Sasuke looks sad, there seemed to be happiness in his eyes. Hinata-chan, thinking about Naruto? Yamato asked, seeing the concern in me. I, again, shook my head saying nothing's wrong. Just then, we heard a rustle and we all grab a kunai ready in hand. But it was just a rabbit. It jumped out of a bush and ran away. Sigh, it was just a dumb animal. Kiba said as he calms down from the shock. And you look like a dog yourself. A cold voice said from above. The shinobi looks up and sees Itachi, Kisame, and about 50 other Akatsuki members. How could they have not noticed? It doesn't matter. The next thing I knew was me using Byakugan. I, Kiba, Sakura and Yamato battled the weaker members as Kakashi and Sasuke has a score to settle with Itachi. Shino and Sai fought Kisame. Seeing as Kisame uses his sword for combat, Shino and Sai are the perfect matchup. I dodged, attack, and dodge. At first, we had the upper hand, but as their forces diminish, we seemed to have lost the advantage. I found myself dodging, a lot too. Kiba keeps charging with his taijutsu and everything. Sakura used her strength to throw things of sorts at groups of enemies while Yamato-sensei binds them with his wood jutsu. Itachi, it's time for your lesson. Kakashi readies his kunai. Jutsus were flying, fire jutsu, water jutsu, and earth jutsu, shot all around. Kakashi goes to melee with Itachi. Kakashi's giving me time, I better hurry up. Sasuke performs a few hand seals and begins to charge Chidori and activates the Sharingan. Itachi, why have you not used your Mangekyo yet? Are you underestimating us? Kakashi tries to gain the upper hand by pushing the kunai further, and then pulled away, both of them performing hand seals. Fire style. Giant fireball. The flames clash. Just then, Sasuke charges with the full power Chidori. He stuck Itachi, but once again, Itachi was one step ahead and used the art of substitution. Kakashi looks everywhere for the missing nin, then he felt someone behind him. He looks, and he saw red eyes. The Mangeku's been activated and once again, Kakashi falls under the spell of Tsukuyomi. Sasuke uses his Mangekyou Sharingan and attempts to use Tsukuyomi's being dropped and Kakashi struggled to activate his Mangekyou. However, he was stopped as Itachi creates 20 clones and pushes the two wounded Sharingan users back. My side wasn't going so well either. The remaining 20 Akatsuki used Kage Bunshin no Jutsu and spawned 10 more, which means 220. I know who the real one is, but we were corner. Just then, Kakashi and Sasuke falls near us all tired. We were low on stamina and chakra. According to Kakashi, he sent a dog summoning for reinforcements but didn't think things would turn this bad. We need to hold out until reinforcements come. Go defensive, attack any that comes near us. Kakashi strained as he spoke. Clearly Tsukuyomi was having a larger effect than he thought. Hee. Look at them Itachi, like whimpering dogs. Kisum laughs. He readies his customized sword. Let's finish up here. With that command, Itachi and Kisum creates clones, 20 each. And every single clone charges. Futen Rasengan, Wind Element Rasengan. Suten Hahanryu, Water Element, Rapid Crasher. Claps two hands together and combines the two jutsus, Kufusuka no Jutsu, Drowning Maelstrom technique. In the huge jutsu, a giant water tornado surrounds us, all the clones that got near defeated as they neared the jutsu. Everyone as well as me, was surprised and looked everywhere for the attacker. A yellow blur shot from a tree. It shouted, Kage Bunshin no Jutsu. Then 200 clones appear knocking out the remaining Akatsuki members including the real ones. Itachi and Kisum seeing this just left. According to plan. The clones disappear and he had hair that almost touched his shoulders, wore a white robe with short sleeves, red fire-like design at the bottom of the robe. The back of the robe has a fox-like insignia. He wore a Chunin vest and your average shinobi suit, like Kakashi's, inside. His blue eyes were filled with happiness that his friends were okay. And having his fox grin on his face. I'm not too late, am I? Naruto asks while put this hand behind his head. Some habit a hard 2S. I was in tears. The one standing before me was the one who I thought was S. The one who saved us from death. Naruto-kun. I dashed over and hugged him. Everyone else did the same thing too. A huge group hug. Note, this is just as Naruto was walking towards them. Yondaime. Kakashi said, rubbing his eyes to make sure. A lone shinobi walks over to the group. He had hair that almost touched his shoulders, wore a white robe with short sleeves, red fire-like design at the bottom of the robe. The back of the robe has a fox-like insignia. He wore a Chunin vest and your average shinobi suit, like Kakashi's, inside. His blue eyes were filled with happiness that his friends were okay. And having his fox grin on his face. I'm not too late, am I? Naruto asks while put this hand behind his head. Some habit a hard 2S. I was in tears. The one standing before me was the one who I thought was S. The one who saved us from death. Naruto-kun. I dashed over and hugged him. Everyone else did the same thing too, creating a huge group hug. Naruto, wow, how did you? Kakashi was silenced as Naruto put his hand signaling them to stop. Let's get a safer place first, this is enemy territory. Naruto was right. We then followed his lead. We entered a nearby town and found an inn. We all gathered in the forest after finding rooms. Alright, I know you all got a lot to ask me about, so instead of individual questions, I'll tell my tale of what happened in the past 3 years. Naruto looked in the ground, finding the words, and he started. Note, this would be Naruto's POV for now. I was falling, I didn't know what to do. I expended most of my chakra, not able to get to the side of the cliffs, not able to summon anything. I kept falling believing I would S. I closed my eyes only to be brought to Kyuubi's cage. Kid, you cannot S yet. You still have many things to discover and promises to keep. What do you care? You just want to take over my body and destroy everything. He, brat, I have grown a liking to you, your actions have changed me, I will save you but the rest will be up to you. What are you going to do? I will merge with you. I will S. You will retain all the skills and forms that you have received from me and maybe double chakra if not triple. But before I do this, you must learn a few things. The moment you are able to move, head to the Daz Mountains in the Land of Wind. There at the top, you will find a house, your secrets, your family, everything is there. Now, be ready. Power surged through my body. Though I still felt weak, but nevertheless, I tried using the summoning jutsu but didn't work. I tried 3 more times but still nothing. I feel like giving up. If you give up now, you are more of an idiot. Don't you have someone waiting for you? Someone you want to see. I know you do, though you are too stupid to know who it is. But feel it, feel that emotion and use it as a booster and perform it again. Kyuubi's words stayed in my mind. Sure enough, I do feel like I was yearning for someone, but whom? I thought, maybe Sakura. No, it was someone else, but I followed Kyuubi's advice. I tried to grasp the feeling. Feeling something surging in and performed it again. Summoning no jutsu. This time, it was successful and I summoned Gamabunta. I landed on his head. Then I felt Kyuubi's presence disappearing, but not without saying, "Congratulations, brat. Nice knowing you. Hey brat, why every time you summon me, it's always when you're falling to your death?" Gamabunta snorted. Clearly was not amused at being in yet another predicament. But before I could answer, I fainted. I woke up finding myself looking at the dark sky. I looked around, finding myself in a forest. I sat up, trying to remember what happened. Everything came back. I sat thinking, with the Kyuubi's words in mind, I started my journey to Daz Mountains. It was months of traveling. I stopped by at Edge, the city near Daz Mountains. But as I walked around, I found people glancing at me, though not hostile but annoying. I found myself an inn. But the innkeeper's jaw dropped but tried to retain his composure and gave me a room. I went in and locking the door behind me. Weird. I wonder how the guys back home are doing. I looked in the mirror. Months of traveling made my hair almost as long as Ero Sennin. So I decided to get a haircut. Hey, can you give me a haircut? I want it short. But the barber's jaw just dropped. Hey Arashi-san. Arashi. I'm Naruto, not some dumb person named Arashi. The barber's jaw dropped even more, eyes wide open, the scissors in his hands dropped. Okay, Naruto-san, I'll give you a great haircut, one you'll love. Free of charge. Oh thank you. Alright, after this, let's see if there's a place that sells ramen here. Haha, youth, so full of energy. May I ask where you are going, Naruto-san? I thought about should I say anything, but then again, Akatsuki won't come out this far to find me, and anyways, by now, they will think I'm Daz Mountains. I replied. Haha, just as I thought, Uzumaki-sama. Coming back to pick up your father's legacy. My father. What do you mean? What do you mean? What do I mean? Don't you even know what's on top of Daz Mountains? I know there's a house there, but that is the extent of my knowledge. Well, why don't you ask around later? I'm sure I gave you more than enough to think about. He continued without saying another word. When he finished, he cut my hair only close to my shoulder's length. True enough, I did like it. So I went around town trying to get supplies for my hike. I found a shop and entered. Like the innkeeper and barber, the shopkeeper's jaw also dropped, eyes wide open. There was complete silence in the shop. I would like to get some equipment to go hike the Daz Mountains. The shopkeeper put his jaw back in place and laughed. Ha ha ha. Don't you know, Daz Mountains is impossible to hike because of the constant storm. Uzumaki-sama, don't you know of another way? He added. I shook my head and he had a surprised look on his face. An Uzumaki that do not know the way home. Where did you come from? Konoha, and that is my one and true home. Getting frustrated because he was making me more confused. Well, Uzumaki-sama, go to the base of the mountains at EXCATLY 3 p.m. The walk from here to the base is 3 hours. The rest is up to you. Why do you keep calling me Sama? But then the shopkeeper went inside his shop. Then coming back out with a box. Here, this chakra blade will aid you greatly to the battles to come. It was a 3 feet 3 in blade with a yellow hilt and sheath. I grasped it and felt some kind of familiar feeling, though I couldn't think of where I felt this feeling before. Well, Uzumaki-sama, when you come back down, why not stay in the village a while? Then something hit me. How did you know my last name? I asked. All in due time, Uzumaki-sama. All in due time. I was real confused at everything. Why did people treat me like some sort of royalty? But I could care less and left to find a ramen shop. I couldn't find one, but the food around was great. And again, stares, jaw-dropping, eyes popping, and best of all, free food. I went back to the inn and turned in early because I know tomorrow, a lot of traveling still needs to be done. I woke up at 10 a.m. Then remembered what the shopkeeper said. Quickly changing and packing up, I left and hurried, stopping by to buy some food for my trip. What seemed like forever, I reached the mountain. The time was 2 p.m. Wow, I was slow, so I trained some of my jutsus to K time. When the time struck 3 p.m., a rumble occurred and the base of the mountain split open a crack and turned into a passage. As shocked as I was, I continued inwards. The path got steeper and steeper until I was forced to use the tree climbing technique, which is to focus chakra at the feet. It took 4 hours to reach the top. There I saw a great house. It had as of a traditional house and a modern house. At the top of the great doors was a symbol, a fox symbol. Isn't that the Yondaime sign? I went up to the door and knocked. I tried knocking many times but no one answered, so I tried pushing the door open but it wouldn't budge. So with that, I tried using Rasengan. That did the trick. The door opened and revealed the inside of the house. It was dark and furniture was covered by cloths. I closed the door, making sure it wasn't locked, and dropped my stuff near the door, and did some exploring. The place was huge. 3 floors with 150 rooms at the least. Bottom floors were living rooms, kitchens, and dining rooms. Second floor was all rooms, guest rooms and such. The third floor had only 2 rooms. The first one was the master room. Nothing in here but a bed, desk filled with paper, and scrolls on the floor. I picked one up and it was a scroll filled with all sorts of jutsus. Attack jutsu, defense jutsu, and house cleaning jutsus. Dropping it, I went to the other room. It was a huge library. There were books about history, math, science, jutsu, everything. I noticed a desk, went towards it. There I saw 2 pictures. One was none other than the Yondaime himself. I was confused. Why is his picture here? I picked up the other picture, revealing the Yondaime with a woman. I inspected it for a while before putting it down and opened the drawers to see if anything's inside. I found a book, a diary, with a name on it that reads, Keirai. I flipped through the pages. The beginning parts was about how the both of them met, went out on dates, lovey-dovey stuff. Then I stopped at the near end. It reads, August 3rd. I have been married to Arashi Uzumaki for 2 years, been pregnant for at least 4 months. The baby was soon to be born. Arashi wanted me to move to Konoha, where he was Hokage, where he could a safe eye on me. I am to leave this place in 3 days. I'll miss this place. August 6th. I have packed up. 2 of Arashi's friends came to pick me up. They were nice and helped me carry most of my luggage. I write this final entry hoping that one day my son will return here and learn everything else there is to know. Our son Naruto. I closed the book. What the heck? How is this possible? I'm the Yondaime's son. I didn't want to believe it, so I threw the book and a letter slipped out. I went over and picked it up. It was directed to me. Dear Naruto, if you are reading this letter and you're by yourself, I have suspected that I and Arashi are S. We are sorry to leave you behind like this, but at the same time happy too. ... You have found the home of your family. And since you're here, you must be in some sort of trouble. Before I say anything else, go to the master room. Under the papers on the desk is a box. The details of what the contents inside the box are in a letter in there. Now, I want you to study as much here as possible. Learn how to use jutsus, offensive and defensive ones, everything before going out. Someone from the village will send you food every day. I hope you will find a girl to continue our clan's son. Love, you mother. Closing this letter, I felt like crying, but I held back the tears. Finding the truth behind everything only to learn they were S. Why did they leave me? Why? This question was stuck in my head for a very long time. I sat there rereading the letter for the second time before going into the master room. I searched through the papers and I found it. It was a plain lavender box with golden rims. I opened it. I saw 3 things: a ring bearing the Yondaime's insignia. Another ring, but this was a gold ring with diamonds that has colors of lavender and white ones. The last thing was a letter and I opened it. Dear Naruto, the ring with the fox insignia is proof of your heritage to the Uzumaki house and as heir to the next Hokage. Somewhere in the stacks of papers are your birthrights. Please bear with me, I know it's messy but I was in haste. You must find the doents behind you can take the rights to anything. The second ring is a wedding ring, duh. An oracle, a friend of Arashi, said that this ring would fit perfectly to your future wife. Better not lose it, it costs 200,000 ryo. Another thing, a friend of ours will meet up with you later. Love, your mother. A smile formed at my mouth. I felt sad, but at the same time, happy too. I found my parents, my birthright, my house, best of all, my heritage to Hokage. That will be all for this video. Be sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment down below for more videos. Goodbye.